Hi there. So it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy, and let's see. So today's video, I'm going to talk to you about Stamp Club. So what I've decided is offer a monthly stamp class, and it would consist of 3 cards. 2 cards you would make yourself, and 1 card I would just send with your card kit. So it would look like this. This is what you would get in the mail. You'd get enough, like I said, to make the 2 cards and then the 1 card for me. And now what the plan is that for 2 months we would use the same stamp, well, bundle, and it would be a punch bundle. So you'd find on page 168 to maybe it's 167. Nope, it's 168 and 169. So sometime in the big catalog or else in the mini catalog, you can find the punch bundles there. But anyway, let me go on. So for the month of September and October, we're using the Whale Done punch bundle. You can also find it on page 90, I think it's 95, yep, of the annual catalog. It's here. This is the stamp set, and the bundle, you would order the bundle here. It's $31.51 in the US. And then there's some other products, because it's a suite that you could get, and that is the folder. And really you can see the folder best here, the embossed folder. They also have sequins, and I'll try to show you those. They're cute little sequins that just the coordinating colors of the suite, and some seashells and some other nice stuff in there. And they have the sheer pool party ribbon, which is really pretty. That's also part of the suite. And then last and certainly not least is the designer series paper, which we will be using at in our card classes, or stamp club is what I'm calling it. And even some of the designer series paper coordinates with the punch of the bundle, and you can punch out like the whales with the punch with some of the designer series paper. But it's a really fun suite. It's an easy bundle. I think you can make fast, quick cards, or you can make fancy cards with the bundle. But let me show you what the cards look like for September's class. So we have the simple one. I usually try to do a simple card. And then I try to do like a technique card or a fancy fold card, and this was the other card, the wiper card. Okay, so this would be the 3 cards you would get for September's card class, also known as Stamp Club. Okay, I hope I'm making sense. So if you place a $30 order and you use this host code, I would send you September's class, and then as a kickoff, I'm also going to send you October's. So if you use September's host code or next month October's host code, I'll send you all 6 cards. 2 of them already made. I don't know what the other swap will be yet. And then 4 card kits for the price of the one usually $30 order. So if you place a $30 order, use the Stamp Club host code. Does that make sense? You'll get all the card kits. I hope that makes sense. And let me show you a sneak peek of October's cards. They look like this, and I wish I could remember the lady's name. I'll find it and post it on my blog of who made this card. I just cased it from her. But is that not cute? This is a fancy fold. So in October we'll do fancy fold cards. This is the other one that makes like a shadow box like this. And then I don't know what my card that I will make for you and send in your packet will look like. But for September's cards, we're going to be using, so you'll have to have something close. The colors Pumpkin Pie, Pretty Peacock, Balmy Blue, Basic Gray, and Granny Apple Green. That's for the September cards. And then in October's cards, we're going to take out the Basic Gray, but we're going to put in Rich Razzleberry. So if you had something that was close to this, and the stamp set, which I can't find right now, and the punch, you would be able to do the cards that I sent you, or the card kits that I made you in the mail. Now I hope that makes sense. So let's go ahead. I promise, so today I'm going to just show you the simple card that we made at Club this month. And then also, before I forget to tell you, all of the information is on my blog, Be Creative with Kathy. So if you're interested in Card Club or Stamp Camp or whatever I'm going to call it, you can get more information, and it's not up yet, but I will post it as soon as I'm done with this video, because I want to post this video on there too. But so, and this is what, like I said, our kits will look like. I'm going to take my piece of pretty Peacock here that's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And all of that is on my blog too, so if you want to make more cards, it's not a big deal. You can just make more cards. The same, you'll have all the measurements. But we're going to stamp on this piece here and this piece here, all these little pieces. No, I lied. We're only going to stamp on this one. Let me find my Pierce mat, which I can't find. Here it is. My Pierce mat, and I'm going to open up with the pretty Peacock. And this is part of the stamp set. It just says, "You're kind of a big deal," and I'm going to just stamp that down, out and straight up. And then, as I'm thinking of it, we need to punch out from our scrap of basic gray the whale here. And let me show you all the pieces you get from the punch. It looks like that. And we need this whale here. I want him to face that way, and his little fin. All of these little pieces, which is the water, his eye, and his tummy. I have more pieces of cardstock here. So this is just a strip here of smoky slate. And look how it fits right here in your punch. And you can punch out what I call the whale's tummy right there. Okay. And then you also get a little strip of black cardstock. Now this is for his eyeball, and I'm gonna wait and punch his eyeball out later, because if I do it now, I'm gonna just lose it. So I'm gonna set this aside, but I wanna stamp on my little gray whale here. So let me find my basic gray ink. And this little, I think this is supposed to be, it looks like this. And I believe it might be part of the sand, but I'm going to just stamp a little bit on my whale here at the top and give him some character. And then a little bit, let me make sure I have his fin the right way. Yeah, a little bit on his fin. There we go. So let's go ahead and put our whale together. I think it's easiest if we use liquid glue. So first I'm going to put his tummy on. Just like that. And then his fin. Whoop, almost dropped it. A little bit of liquid glue on his fin here. And I'm going to place that almost right over the other fin. And then I'm going to take a little daub of liquid glue and set it right there. And then I'm going to set that aside to dry just a little bit. I'm going to bring in my white circle here that I've already stamped on and lay it on my pretty Peacock circle there. So now when I bring in, this glue has somewhat dried, so it's going to be a little bit stickier. And then when I punch out my tiny little eyeball right there, I can take your pick tool and pick my little eyeball up. Oh, and look, I didn't get it all punched out. I'm gonna make sure he wasn't quite a circle. Let me fix that. See if I got it all. Yes, there, that's better. Throw this little half eyeball away. Take this one that's complete circle and just set it right there. There we go. On my little whale. So now he's ready to go too. Okay, we're done. Oh no, while we have our stamps out though, we should bring, this is the inside of our card. And with the pretty Peacock again, I'm going to stamp the words, "Hoping all your birthday fishes come true." Just right here toward the top, centered, hopefully centered and hopefully straight. There we go. And then with just a little bit of pumpkin pie ink. And I'm going to bring in a scrap of paper so I can make sure that I'm stamping my fish the right way. Which way's upside down? I think that's upside down. Yes, that is. We're going to go this way. So I'm going to stamp my little fish right here and my little school of fish right here. There. Now I think we're all done stamping. Okay. So I want to lay this piece of designer series paper onto my card base, and I want to make sure that it's positioned, and I think it's upside down too. There, that's better. It looked funny. So that this piece is right on the top of it, right? But yet this piece is centered on my card base. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of this. There we go. And just ever so lightly set this down. I think it's going to be good about right there, but this way I can check. Whoop, and this is upside down. That's better. Yeah, that looks good. So now I'm going to press it into place. Otherwise, I think I could have picked it up and moved it around if I needed to. Then on the back of this piece, and now this piece is just a piece of Just Jade cardstock. I've already taken my circle framelits and cut out a circle, and then I ran it through my die cut machine with the embossing folder, so that's how I got this piece here. But then on the back here, I'm going to just place some dimensionals. And I am going to be very generous with my dimensionals because I want it to feel like a solid so it doesn't sag when you have that little whale in the center. That's another thing at Stamp Club. You'll have to provide your own adhesive, which would be dimensionals, liquid glue, some kind of tape runner, and if there's others, I'll let you know in the video, in the monthly video, so you know what you'll need at Stamp Club. And we're going to center that perfect right there on the card, and then a couple dimensionals on the back of here. And put that there. And then on the back of my whale, just a couple dimensionals here. Then yeah, then I can fit him. Oh no, I'm going to center him right here in the center. Just like that. There you go. I'm going to take the inside of my card. And you can lay it down. Now, another way that you can do Stamp Club, you can take your card kits and make them just by the videos I make, or once a month we'll have a Zoom meeting and we can make them all together, and then if you come to the Zoom meeting, I could answer questions and we could make the cards together. But let me show you how you can take this card here and turn it into a shaker card. Let me see if I can find my bits and pieces. Oh, here they are. That I've already done. So I have a card base somewhere. A card base here. I'm going to fold that just like before, just to be ready. I have the inside of my card already stamped and ready, so you didn't have to watch me stamp it. Darn it. Stamp it again. I also have a cat hair here that I think there is. Maybe that was my hair. Maybe it wasn't my cat's. My tape is coming to the end, and he's being a little finicky. There he goes again. The end of the tape gets kind of stiff. But we'll set this just on the inside of our card base here. Now this time, for the front. I have a pack of Stampin' Up's clear envelopes, and I'm going to use one of those. And some of these sequins from the Whale Suite. And I'm going to just take and dump a few sequins into my envelope. Now, it doesn't take very many. I think that looks good just like that. Let me see to see if that looks, maybe a couple more. Let me put just a few more in there. Now watch, now I think now I have too many. Someday I'll just be happy with what I have. And I fling them everywhere. No, you know, I think I had the right amount the first time. Let me get, that's too many in there. Okay, we'll go with that. That looks good, I hope. And then we have another piece of that designer series paper, but this time I'm going to take on the back, well, first I'm going to put a glue dot right here on the corner of my envelope, making sure I don't dump any of that stuff out. And I'm going to take that glue dot and put it down in the corner here. Yeah, it's stuck to my envelope. And hold it down right there. Okay. Yeah, and I still have too much in there. Hang on, let me get rid of some more of these sequins here. There, now it won't be too thick. Come on, Kathy, get your act together. There, it looks like that, right? So I'm gonna get all the little sequins down here to this corner that has the glue dot in it. And then on the back of this, I'm gonna put some adhesive right here along the top and fold that envelope over like that. And then with my paper snips, well, maybe, oh, here they are. I'm gonna just cut off that extra part of envelope so we don't have the bulk back here. That envelope away, and then I'm gonna cut the extra envelope from here away. You can see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna have a sequin that's trying to escape. Okay, and then with a little bit of tape here, I'm gonna just put some tape here and maybe some tape here and fold that over like this. So now we have our little shaker thing right here. There's our little shaker piece right there. Let me get these loosened up here. There we go. See how we have the shaker piece there? Now I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take my designer series paper and I'm gonna attach it to the front of my card where it's gonna be covered like I did the first time, only this time as a shaker piece. So a little bit of tape here. Ha, come on, tape. There we go. And I'm gonna figure out which way is up. Just lay it here lightly so I can see that it's gonna be covered. I might have need to get more of the bulk of the back of the card away. Nope, so it's gonna look good. Let's go down just a hair. About right there. Yeah, and then this time I'm going to use the foam adhesive strips. And I have some here that I've cut down just a little bit smaller in size because they come, I believe, 9 inches long, and I want them just a little bit shorter so I can make them work on my card. And I've already cut them, might as well use them up. Leave this one here and just go along that edge, making sure that I'm not too close to the edge of my card base so it doesn't show off of my outside of my layer here, my Just Jade layer. And then this piece here, I think I'm gonna cut in half. And I'm going to put down in this corner and down in this corner. Now when you remove, although I should have checked to make sure that that the strips weren't showing. I should have laid the Just Jade piece on there, but oh well, we'll keep our fingers crossed that it's going to work. Now we'll take our Just Jade embossed piece and lay that right on top like that. And now look, there's our little shaker card inside our card. And then I've already, I think here they are, have my pieces here already done for you, so you don't have to watch those again. I have my little whale here that I'll take a couple dimensionals. And this time, I think I'm only going to put the dimensionals up here on his head and here, and then put a glue dot on his tail. So it kind of sets off like this, and you can see the shaker part behind him. So there you go. So if you wanted to take this month's club card and turn it into a shaker card, this is how you would do it, and it would look like that. So I hope you'll visit my blog to really understand club. I probably didn't explain it very well, but let me show you the club cards again. The wiper card, and then October's cards, the fancy fold cards. It look like that, and then the card that I would call my swap or my gift to you. So this is all, not this one, this is all what you would get for the stamp club in September and October. So let me know if you're interested. You could reach out here on Facebook. You can email me. My address will be somewhere here on Facebook. I thank you for watching, and I hope you'll give stamping just a try. Thanks again, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.